Hello everyone, it's Monday, last Monday of the month, so welcome everyone. Today we have a Monday, so we will talk about the market. We will analyze the market, but before we start analyzing the market, let me remind you about two most important parts of this game called personal development, which is 30 days wealth planner every day in the morning and 90 days workbook every day during the evening time. As we started talking in Polish, I'm planning to do the monthly review in Polish and in English as well. So my proposal for Polish review of the month is this Friday. I will ask you about that on the Facebook group as well. I will give you an option of this closest Friday, which is the 3rd of November, and the option of 10th of November, which is next Friday, because I know that this Wednesday we have a Wszystkich Świętych in Poland, so maybe you have to go somewhere, visit some cemeteries, etc. So I will create a poll. You will let me know which day is better for you. Because of the time difference, most probably it will be earlier than 6 p.m. I was planning to do it around 3 or 4 p.m. because it usually takes around 2 hours. And 6 p.m. already will be 1 a.m. here, so it's a little bit too late for me. So I will give you all of the details on the group, and you will have chance to vote which day and which time is better for you. Okay, so let me share my screen and check what happened on the market during the last few days. Let me know if you see my screen. I guess everything should be fine. Let me put the chat right here. Yes. Start from US dollar index. Last week, US dollar index fell down a little bit and broke the bottom. Instead of touching 115, they fell down a little bit more, touched the 127.2. So anyway, we are still at the level of 1-to-1 correction. Okay, they didn't touch the overbalance, so it looks like they can go even higher. But for me, it's just kind of the consolidation. So until they will not hit the level of the overbalance, so they will give us an information that the previous overbalance is already done and we can start the correction, then actually there is no news from the market. If they will go higher and hit the local top, then it's also possible because of the reaction at the level on the 1-to-1 correction. So I guess we cannot take any information from US dollar index at this time. So let me check what happened on the markets, starting from the left like usual. The first market is the euro dollar, and we created after the overbalance because we had a very important news which came to us last week. The euro dollar touched the level of 141.4, which is an overbalance of the biggest correction in the previous week. That means for us that the overbalance in the downtrend might be finished, and we can plan, let's say, some transaction in the up direction and expect some up movement because of the correction after the overbalance. And what happened here? What happened later on? The market created the first movement, deep A, after that hit the overbalance with the three waves movement, and we put the name of the B right here. And after that, we created the geometric cluster for the speeding correction. And as you can see, they touched the geometric cluster. They fell down even lower, but from what I see here, they didn't touch the level of 41 or of 70.7. So the geometric cluster is still okay for us to play according to the speeding correction. Take a look. They didn't touch the level of 70.7. They touched the 115.5. Okay. So actually, if you don't have any transaction, in the market right now, or you have a space in your toolbox, then you can still play buy. I would say even that the market is ready to play right now, because there is a candle formation, okay, at the level of the geometric cluster. We have a shape of the speeding correction. There is an overbalance behind us. So you have just one try, because once they break the bottom, it will be already deep A. Okay, so after that, we will change our mind. We will not change our direction because of the fact that they will touch 70.7, but we will change the way of thinking, because after the full shape of the correction and geometric cluster touch, we can expect faster up movement. After the deep A, we know that the structure can be, a little bit slower. We can expect 3 waves movement instead of 5 waves movement, etc. So if you want to play because you have a space in your toolbox, or you are looking for some market ready to play this week, I would say that euro dollar is ready to play. And as you can see, even on the H4, the risk is pretty small, because it's around 30, less than 30 pips. Okay, so I would say, as I said, that the market is ready to play right now. There is a candle formation. The candle formation is tested. After that, I guess that we have overbalance of the last movement. Even we can call it overbalance of the wave C. I guess here we had one correction, and this was the biggest one. And as you can see, the price touched over 200 of the biggest correction. So it's another confirmation point for us. So we can easily play buy with the sell stop below the H4 candle formation, with the risk below 30 pips, which is very nice. And what are the expectations? We can delete already this line, which is the 1-to-1. We can delete an overbalance. And right now, let me show you the safe space to play, and the direction where they should go, and the levels where they should touch in the future. So from the general assumptions of from the theory, we know that the next impulse should should hit, in this case, at least the previous top. So according to this, the safest direction and the safest range to play is the previous top, which is top of the B right here. Okay, so right now there is a space of over 140 pips. Depends how strong the movement will be. Okay, you can just easily take profit here. You can just watch the market every time frame, and after that start using maybe techniques of holding transaction, or just you can try build a pyramid when the movement will be nice and fast, and we will see the power of buyers with the size of the white candle. It's up to you. It should be written in your business plan, because you should play according to what is written right there. So this is the safest range, which is over 140 pips. Okay, I mean the safest is the profitable one. So if you do scalping, then you will change your way and just enter buy and exit after a few pips of the profit, wait for correction and re-enter, and take the profit, wait for correction and re-enter. But I'm talking about a little bit longer movement. Okay, if you have space and if you have time, of course they should come. Wow. Of course, they should come to the level of shallow A, which is 38.2 or 41.4. So the range is between 200 and 240. So easily you can play from 5-to-1 to 7-8-to-1. It's up to you. And I guess it's pretty clear. We were waiting for this movement. We created this geometric cluster at the end of the last week. I guess it was Thursday. We were ready for that. So right now they made every movement. They made the movements we were waiting for. So right now let's keep going here. Is it clear for you? Let me know if it's clear. If you have some additional questions, or we can move forward. I will clean my nose.
We're here.
All right, let me. Is it clear for everyone? I guess so. So what happened here on GBP USD? Actually, right now the situation is very similar. Maybe there is a different spot on the market, but the background is the same. And the background is very simple. We are after the overbalance, so we expect the up movement. However, on euro dollar, we have a final shape of the correction. And on GBP USD, we have deep A again. Okay, so the price fell down a little bit at the end of the last week, broke the previous deep A, because here we had the deep A previously. After that, the price break the bottom, but immediately, as you can see, the bottom is confirmed by the candle formation. And I would say it's a strong candle formation. This white candle is one of the biggest white candle in the last at least few time frames. I guess this one was bigger. This is similar or smaller. So we had just a few candles in the last week or even two. So I would say the market is still ready to play. And it's up to you if you wanna put the sell stop just below the candle formation, which created the deep A for us right here with the total risk below 30 pips. So it's very similar to the risk in euro dollar. However, the GBP USD is faster than euro dollar. So if the market will go up, then the profit from the GBP USD will be bigger than the profit from euro dollar. Or to put the sell stop below the general bottom, which is 60 pips of the risk. Okay, and I told you once or twice that when the distance between one space for sell stop and the second is pretty much small, it's not range over, let's say, 100 pips, then you can try to split your sell stop, okay? And this is something I'm doing in that situation. So if I'm not sure what I would like to do, if I would like to have, let's say, a tight sell stop with the smaller risk, but they can activate me once or even twice, because we don't know how many false break we can have in this zone of 60 pips. Usually, if I would go with the one lot or 0.1, in that case, I would go with 0.05 below the deep A, and second 0.05 below the general bottom. So this is a little bit more profitable for me than putting full sell stop right here, because even if they activate me and do the false break, I don't have to close even the sell stop, because I will have more buy than sell. And after that, anyway, when the market will go up, you will be in the profit in the long term. Or if you don't want to close this transaction, then you can start building, let's say, pyramid, and still will be in profit. And opposite scenario, if the market will break the bottom, then your risk of half of the transaction in this case will be just using the 0.1. In this case will be just $20, so 0.1 will be around $40 according to the volume you are using. I guess comparing that to the size of the deposit you should have to play this volume, it's still acceptable. But as I said, finally, you have to take my hints, comments, put it down on the paper, and ask yourself, what is better for you according to your daily schedule, according to your business plan. Okay, maybe it fits you, maybe not. So I'm just giving you a lot of options, and after that you have to choose something from this option. But anyway, direction is simple for me in this case. There is an overbalance behind me. I am expecting the market to go up. And the minimum, of course, the safe minimum is the previous stop, which is over 200 pips. The next step is it's at the level of 38.2 or 41.4. So it's the range of 350 to 400 pips. So anyway, if you will put the full hedge below the general bottom, which is 60 pips for now, it's still worth it to enter. Okay, if you will put tight sell stop or stop loss, even depends on your style of trading, 30 pips of risk and 300, between 220, 300 and 400, it's again worthy to take it. Okay, is it clear? Yes. Similar situation we had on Audi USD. As you can see, I told you that there is no power of sellers. Every time when we see the false break, the market is immediately coming back, create the candle formation and changing the direction. And we had the same situation. We had the down movement because of the fact that US dollar index went up on Friday or Thursday. It was something like this, 25th. I guess it was Thursday, doesn't really matter. Take a look, they broke the bottom with the big candle, let's say, comparing to the previous, and immediately after that, they create a very strong H4 candle formation. They create daily candle formation, and that's it. Okay, so we have daily candle formation, and what we have to do is to start counting from the beginning. So if this was the previous local top, we have to find the biggest correction in that movement. So we had this one, actually they didn't break the bottom, so the whole correction is right there. Put it right here, and this is the first step. This is the first zone of 1-to-1. This previous one we can delete because they already created the new bottom. So right now we are after the overbalance of the last impulse, the last movement, let's say, let's call it movement, not impulse. So if they will do the correction right now, the market will be ready for you to play. If they will go to the 1-to-1 zone, then again, we have to wait to see the market reaction. What is the best we can see right here on the market? Of course, is the overbalance of the previous biggest correction, but I guess in this case, the overbalance of those correction will be the 1-to-1 with the next one. Let me check. So definitely, if you compare this market, because this is the previous biggest correction, let me measure that, and I'm pretty much sure that the 1-to-1 will be somewhere around overbalance. Oh yes, as you can see. So actually, the confirmation will be right here. So comparing, for example, this market right now, I would say if the market will do the correction right now, let's say, depends on your what is written in your business plan. Shallow A, maybe deeper, 50%. You will have a chance to play to the next 1-to-1, which is the range minimum 50, 60, 70, 80 pips, something like this. Okay, if the market will go directly to the next 1-to-1, which is not so far away, it's another 30 pips, then we have a zone of 2 1-to-1, as you can see. Because if they will stop here in the 1-to-1 zone, then we can say that it is chance for sell. If they will do the overbalance of the first correction, which is that one, immediately we will be in the next 1-to-1 in the downtrend. So again, until they will not hit this level, which is right there, I will delete the higher one, we would say that the market is in the standby mode. Let's say it's 50-50. They can cross it with the one swing, and there is also 15% chance that they will touch the 1-to-1 as they touched the previous one, and fall down, break the bottom, create a false break, and so on and so forth. So comparing, for example, Audi USD, right now, I would say that the market is in the standby mode a little bit. The correction on the market right now, before they will touch the one-to-one, it will be a gift for us. And after that, when the market will fall down and before touching one-to-one, we will be able to play buy. If not, I would suggest to do not touch. If you want to try for sell because of the one-to-one, of course, it's logical. However, the more important question in this case for me, if it's cheap or expensive. So I know, according to this example, that it's cheap. So I'm not going to play sell on this market. I will gently wait until they will hit finally this level of the overbalance and give me the full confirmation that I have only one direction for it and at that moment. And pretty much that's it. So if I will have a choice between playing Audi USD, Euro dollar, and GBP USD, according to the rules, Euro dollar looks the best because we have full shape of the correction. However, I would choose the GBP USD because I feel this market more than Euro USD. The risk is similar, but the profit is bigger on the GBP USD. And Audi USD, I will leave in the standby mode until I will see some opportunity to enter the market, which is the correction before they touch the one-to-one. From the other side, you have to ask yourself the question if it's worthy for you to take after that 50, 60 pips. Okay, if you are scalper again, it's very worthy because in this range you can enter the market few times and collect few pips. If you are a longer term trader, most probably it's more worthy to enter the market even on euro dollar and collect over 100 than just 30, 50 pips from Audi USD. So this is my opinion. Is it clear for you if we talk about the Audi USD? Yep. Great. So gold. What happened here on the gold market? Let me change the settings for they still above on the range H1. No, still not. What happened last Friday? The price came to the geometric cluster. After that, we had the movement which stopped at the level of 70.7, and finally on Friday evening, it was night already here in my country, they touched even higher point, which is 78.6. Altogether, it's still deep A. We know that this is a little bit weird and tricky stuff because we know about the deep A that it must touch the 70.7. And after that, the range between the 70.7 and the 100% is possible as well. So the range is pretty big, let's say. However, the situation is still the same. Take a look. Behind us, there is an overbalance of the biggest correction in the last movement, which is this one. Okay, this is the correction created in 2015 and 2016. And this is definitely an overbalance. So after that, we have an open row to the next one-to-one. I know that this is the range for the next few months at least, or maybe even the years. But this is why I'm still thinking that the gold market should fall down. And after that, what happened? After the overbalance, we had the deep A. After that, we had the movement, which broke the bottom, but it was not enough to create the full shape of the correction. That's why I called it A of the B. Just after that, we had another movement, which came almost to the same top, but stopped around 70 pips below, so we call it B of the B. And right now the story is repeated. So I guess we are still waiting for the C of the B, which is right here, to finish the wave, 3 waves B. So I guess we are somewhere inside of the wave C of the B according to this analysis. Okay, let's delete this A for now. And after that, the wave C will come. So it will definitely take, I guess, few more weeks or even few more months. However, higher price is, better chance to sell. I know it might be weird because the movement is fast and there is a power of buyers, but this is the specification of the market. Okay, if they will start falling down, they can fall down like this with the swing. Okay, when they started going up, they also created the swing here. So all we have to do is just to wait for the confirmation. And what is the confirmation for us? The confirmation for us is the overbalance of the biggest correction, which is that one already, okay? So all we have to do is just to move it right here, create a zone of 1-to-1, boom, create the zone of 1-to-1, 141. Let me delete these lines above, boom, boom. And that's it. And this is the range. They can hit the top. There is no candle formation because actually there is on H1, or maybe not, it's too big. Let's say no, there is no. There is no candle formation on H4 because the price opened with the gap. But we will see when they will fall down a little bit more, let's say another 20, even 30 pips and close the day with the black candle like this, even a little bit lower, we could say that maybe it's a dark cloud cover. If they will close the candle even like this, without any changes, so imagine that they close the candle like this, we can expect tomorrow the inside bar down. Okay, so there is a potential of the market, and we can still think that they can start falling down even today or tomorrow. However, the final confirmation for us will be the overbalance of the biggest correction. So if you don't have any transaction and you plan to enter this market, actually right now there is no spot to enter the market. If you are already in the market, all you should do is just to have buy stop above the top and wait. Questions? No, it's pretty clear. So category standby. For people who don't have any transaction, I would put this market in the standby category. Of course, if you have some transaction, you have to continue the strategy you started with, which most probably is hedge. So all you have to do is just to have buy stop above the top. Next section is the section of the markets related to nothing, it's just indices. So we had a strong down movement. The last candle on Friday broke the bottom, created even 500 pips candle. So what I said, usually when the market is crossing one correction, they are going to the next 1-to-1. Sometimes, or very often, not sometimes, the Dow Jones, especially Dow Jones, doesn't care about overbalance, but in this case, it looks like they are going to the next 1-to-1. So definitely it's a standby mode. The market opened with the gap. We see some up movement right now. There is no H4 candle formation. We will wait. I'm waiting what the daily candle formation will bring, what will be the big picture of the market. So right now, I'm in the standby mode for people who don't have any transaction in the market right now. There is no spot to enter. Okay, if you think about indices, I guess the S&P 500 is the best choice for you. I added it to my list if you want to play indices, but definitely Dow Jones is not ready to play. Okay, what can happen? They can just go up without touching the next one-to-one and created the overbalance of the biggest correction. And it's possible because we saw this scenario many times. They can break the bottom and touch the one-to-one. And when they break the bottom and touch one-to-one, then the market become very interesting to play because the range to the new top will be over 3,500 pips. And this is the best moments. It not happen, let's say, every week or every month. It's just a gift from the market. This kind of correction is the gift from the market because after that we can expect, for example, the movement like we had here on the left side. So it's very sweet spot to, for example, build a pyramid. I would say that Dow Jones is the best market to build a pyramid. Let's say, even if you are not be crazy, just start with the first transaction at the level of one-to-one. After that, add another one on when the H1 will cross the level of 50, and after that H4, and that's it. You can easily double or even triple your account, but not yet. Okay, if you want to do like this, if you have this kind of plan like I have for Dow Jones, do you remember when I showed you this situation? It was exactly this bottom. It was February during our advanced classes in Poland. On this movement, I remade million zloty in 2 weeks. I made million zloty on this movement. So it's worth it to wait. And as I said, there is no spot to enter the market right now. It's pretty much similar story with the DAX, European index. They broke the biggest correction. They touched the level of 141.4. Of course, when the Dow Jones will start going up, S&P 500 will start going up, then DAX will also go up. But according to the rules, there is no spot to enter the market. Right? They touch the overbalance. According to information of the overbalance, what we have to do is just to wait for the correction and play in this direction. However, I'm not recommending to play sell on the indices. Most probably the indices started falling down because of the war. I'm not watching the TV, so I don't know actually what happened then. And maybe it's better, but usually when we have the war, people are selling stocks and going to buy this safe haven, which is gold. So it might be temporary movements for the gold market and the indices market. As I said, I don't know what happened there in Palestine, and I don't want to know. It's just, it might be a reason for this kind of movement here. Okay, and if you wanna play some indices, so I guess the best spot right now, the best indices to play right now is S&P 500. They touched the level of one-to-one with the previous biggest correction. They stopped at the level of shallow A. Okay, they created the candle formation at the level of one-to-one. After that, they were open with the gap. So there is a potential if you wanna play and you are waiting for some index to play. So all you have to do is just to wait for the correction of this small movement, and the market is ready to play. Be aware just of the fact that S&P 500 is more dangerous than Dow Jones. Maybe in the price is cheaper, because when you compare one to another, as you can see, Dow Jones is over 30,000 and S&P 500 is just 4,000 something. But the range is bigger. Take a look to the previous stop on the S&P 500 is 4,500 pips. And on Dow Jones is just 3,000 something. So be aware of that fact. And pretty much that's it if we talk about the indices. Questions? It's clear. All right, so let's move to the section of the market related to JPY. What happened here? On the JPY, we had the false break. So they hit the top after the overbalance. and immediately came back, changed the direction. So we had a very nice false break after the overbalance and confirmed on the weekly time frame as well. So as I told you, that's why I'm asking myself the question, if it's cheap or expensive. Because if I know that there is expensive, I will look more for sell, and the market is showing us that there is no power here. Okay, check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11 weeks. Right now is the 12th week. So let's say they will finish the week like this. So we have 3 months in a consolidation. If we talk about the local details, they created the candle formation everywhere. Maybe not monthly, okay, almost everywhere. From M5 to the weekly time frame. They fell down a little bit and stopped at the level of 1-to-1 with the biggest correction in the last movement. This is the biggest correction in the last movement, and they stopped at the level of 127. And according to the rules, when you see the candle formation right here, then you can think about buying, because after the 1-to-1, they should even go to the new top. So you might think like this. I will not do that because for me it's still expensive. So I would say this level is just a temporary stop to maybe finish the shape of the correction. So of course the final confirmation will be when they will touch the 147.4. And again, your option is the safest one. Put the market in the standby mode until you will see they will touch the overbalance, because overbalance will open the road to the next 1-to-1 without even remarks. The next 1-to-1 is over 500 pips, worthy. Okay. Second, if you want to, put a little bit more risk on the table, you can analyze what happened in the middle of the last movement. Right here, okay. If the stop of 1-to-1 is just a preparation for the future down movement, let me see if we can create some shape of the correction. Where was the first time when they touched the shallow A? Right here, take a look. They fell down, and after that they touched the shallow A right here. All right, after that they broke the bottom with the three waves movement. So maybe it's just the preparation for the irregular correction. Okay, so the direction is minimum 50 with the star next to that they must hit this top on the left side. I don't know if the up shadow, doesn't matter how. Or the next level of the price is of course 61.8, which is nice and clear shape of the irregular correction. So maybe if you are not sure if they will continue to fall down, and there is the one more scenario that immediately without any up movement they will break the bottom one more time and touch the overbalance. So after that, we will be clear about the direction and about the shape of the correction. All we need to do is just to change the measurement after that, but this is just the future. According to what we see right now, okay, there is 1-to-1. So if you want to try, you can try. The risk is small for scalping. 20 pips of risk, you can collect another 20, 30 and exit the market. And that's also okay. But if we talk about the longer movement, to collect a little bit more pips, then maybe it's good to wait until they will come to 50%, 61.8, and create some candle formation which suggests that the market might fall down and try sell position. Or maybe after that check the biggest correction in the wave C according to this down scenario, and after the overbalance of the last movement and the correction, try to enter the market for sell. So as you can see, there is few options. For scalpers, I would say that the market is ready to play right now, just to collect few pips. For the people who prefer to play as safe as possible, there is completely standby until you will see the overbalance. For the people who are, let's say, in the middle, so sometimes you like to put some risk on the table, sometimes not, I would suggest to wait at least for the shape of your regular correction. Okay, clear? Yes. All right. GBP What happened here? I told you last week that in my opinion they should fall down anyway. I know that we have one-to-one behind us, but again, according to the question, cheap or expensive, I would say expensive, and I will go with sell button more than with the buy button. And as you can see, they did kind of the double top. They created double top right here and started falling down. And let me, because here was the beginning of the movement, here was the top of the movement, and already here we had an overbalance. So there is now another overbalance. We can have just one overbalance. So if we talk about the sell scenario, if we will treat this top as a top of the geometric cluster for the speeding correction, then after this stop, we had the down movement, deep A, 3 waves V, which broke the bottom. It's not deep enough to create the shape of the speeding correction, let's say. So in my opinion, they should fall down a little bit more. And after that, create wave C for the shape of the speeding correction. If we talk about sell, of course, we have to talk about buy because they touch the one-to-one. So if we treat this like a new impulse after they touch the one-to-one, first part of the correction, second part of the correction. So they came to the level of 50% and create the, not yet. They are creating the candle formation right now. And again, this is the same story. Like Andrzej Duda said with Franklin, do you remember? I don't want to hear the same story once again. You have to choose your direction. If you would like to follow the rules, just pure follow of the rules from advanced classes, then of course we have an overbalance of the biggest correction. After that 3 waves movement, they stopped at the level of one-to-one. There is no candle formation yet, but most probably they will create it in a moment or not, we will see. If yes, then you can try to enter buy. Risk over little bit, over 30 pips. If you are negative, because from one side you have your analysis, from the other side you think like me that it's expensive, it's better to wait for the correction and rejoin the market again for sell. If you don't know and you don't want to guess just because you have a better option somewhere else and you want to come back to the market when you will have, let's say, 90% chance, because we will never have 100%, then it's completely standby until they will not hit the top or do the overbalance of the biggest correction marked right here. Okay, so again, if you would like to play 100% safe, let's say 95% safe, there is the long waiting time in front of you, because to the overbalance is 500, to the top is 500. So I would say completely eliminate this market from your trading list. If you want to put some risk on the table, depends on the direction. If you want to go with buy, then the market will be ready to play after you see the candle formation. If you want to play sell because you are negative and you think that it's expensive here, then wait for the correction of the last movement, let's say minimum 50%, and try to enter sell with the buy stop above the top of the C, because for now it looks like they respect this level of the price. Clear? Good. Me, My personal opinion is that it's weird. Everything is possible here. So even Euro JPY, it's better to play than GBP JPY. However, if this is your favorite market, then just play according to your assumptions. USD JPY. What happened? First time since 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Since 3 months, we can see the candle formation on the weekly time frame, which is good, let's say. It's not big deal for us right now because we have to check the smaller correction in the middle, but from the other side is good because we were waiting over 3 months to see another candle formation right here. Okay, and finally, we have some on the weekly, we have something on the daily, and on H4, this is evening star with something in the middle. This something created, I mean, this candle in the middle is the part of the correction. So if we have the last movement from this bottom, which was the overbalance, I would like to remind, yes, it was the overbalance right here. So this is the last movement. So between this bottom and the top, we have to find the biggest correction. So I guess it's that one. And they came to the 1-to-1. So what I would suggest is to wait for the overbalance or a deep test of this weekly candle formation. Okay, according to the rules, most probably some of you think that you can enter buy transaction, maybe temporarily. It's not a bad idea, but again, if I will ask myself the question if it's cheap or expensive, it's definitely expensive here. So if you are a scalper, most probably you don't care about this cheap or expensive. You can enter the market, collect few pips, and disappear from the market. Safest way is to wait for the overbalance, which is this level of the price. If you want to put some risk on the table, then when the price will do the correction of 50%, let's say, or maybe 61.8, depends when we will see the candle formation, maybe you can try with some small transaction to play sell. However, I see better opportunities on the different markets, so I would put the JPYs in the standby mode. Okay, the smallest standby mode I would say is on Euro JPY, after that GBP JPY, and after that USD JPY. Okay, if you have any transaction here, so what you should have is the buy stop above the top and wait. As I'm waiting, I'm not adding another transaction, I'm just waiting for the overbalance and until the price will start falling down. Then I can do nothing with that. So all I can do is just to accept it and wait. Clear? All right. What about the rest? Only Mateusz is with us here. All right. It's clear for Daniel as well, for Trevor. Good. I'm just checking if you are here in the room. USD cut. After overbalance, USD cut hit the top. It's most probably because of the US dollar index. US dollar index is going up, USD cut is going up as well. They are still in the 1-to-1 zone. So however, the whatever you will think about the market, there is still more sell button than buy. There is 1-to-1 with the biggest correction in the last movement, and altogether it's just deep. Hey, fuck, not this button. With the question mark, because it's not confirmed yet. If we talk about the confirmation, we need to see an overbalance. So again, it's hard to recognize a candle formation because we have a gap here. So for me, it's a standby mode until I will see some candle formation. If there is no H1, there is H1 actually. There is no H4. It doesn't look like they are going to create daily candle formation. So if you don't have any transaction, just skip this market. If they will start falling down in the second part of the day, first of all, I will skip this kind of small correction below 50 pips and focus on the biggest in the last movement. And I guess the biggest correction in the last movement will be, is this one? Yes. So what I would do, I would wait for the overbalance of the biggest correction of the last movement before I enter the market, just because I have a better spot to play. Okay, if you have a better spot to play somewhere else, it's better to wait for, let's say, more official confirmation. If you don't have any spot to play, or if this is your favorite market, then you can try to do something according to this H1 on the top, but I'm not sure if it's the overbalance even of the, actually maybe yes, of the last movement of the last movement. Yes, we would say that we have an overbalance here of the last movement on F15 also. If you want to play, because for some reason this is your favorite market and you cannot play somewhere else, then all you have to do is just wait for the 50% and the candle formation, or when they will go higher, fragment this button. If they will go higher, 61 and the candle formation. So this is what you can do in the small time frame. In the bigger time frame, first question is if you have to play here or no. If yes, then there is no spot to play. If yes, then you can play when the price will create just a negative candle formation. And it's again depends if you have any transaction or if you don't have. If you have, then follow the previous plan. Most probably the previous plan was to sell after overbalance. So what you should have is the buy stop above the top and the transaction in the market. And pretty much that's it if we talk about the USD CAD. Because of the fact that we have gaps on the market, because the market opened with the gaps almost everywhere, then it's hard, to create a candle formation. So in that cases, I usually wait for the daily candle formation, because without the candle formation, the market is usually going to create another top or the bottom, depends on the direction where we are. Okay, so the first confirmation of, for example, USD CAD, we can have, let's say, tonight, after the daily candle formation. If you will have something on the daily, which can suggest that the market is preparing himself to fall down, then we can play for that. If not, most probably they are going to hit a new top. And the last is Euro-AUD. What happened here? Okay, we had a deep A. We discussed about it last week. The price went higher, touched 70.7 instead of 61.8, and immediately create a false break and the overbalance of the biggest correction. After that, we had the deep A, and right now we have a three waves. Let's call it B for now, okay? So it looks like the preparation for the flat correction. So all you can do is just to create a geometric cluster, minimum 50 A to C, minimum 50 B to C. So most probably 61.8 is closer. And this is the geometric cluster. So the direction is simple for me, and this is sell direction. There is deep A, confirm with the overbalance, with another deep A, which not hit the top, with three waves B. So it looks for me like a flat correction. But I'm not going to enter buy right here. Okay, I will wait until the price will come here to this level of the price, create a candle formation, or higher, of course, because this is the 50% is just a minimum in the flat correction. This is just a reminder for you, or higher. And then when you will see the candle formation, it will be the chance for you to enter, sell. So right now, if we talk about this current moment right now, is a standby mode. But when they will go up, it's not a big deal. It's over a little bit over 100 pips. Sum up. Euro Audi looks good. In general, there is just not ready to play yet. There is a DPI confirmed with the overbalance, with another DPI with 3 waves B. We are missing C and the shape of the flat correction for now. USD CAD, I would say it's completely opposite. We have only H1 candle formation and the gap. So I will leave it for now until I will see for now H4. I'm not expecting H4 here. So I will leave it until tomorrow and check if there is any candle formation. If yes, then maybe go for that. If no, then most probably we can expect a new top. USD JPY. It might be interesting after the price will come at least to the level 50% of the correction. For the safety way of playing, then stand by until the overbalance of the biggest correction in the last movement. GBP JPY, same story. If you want to put a little bit of the risk on the table, then wait for the collection and try sell. If you want to avoid the risk, in this case, just completely leave it, I guess, even for the next few weeks, because to have a general overbalance or general top, there is a range of 500 pips. Euro JPY looks the best. If we talk about the JPYs, what I would do, okay, I know that there is the 1-to-1, but for me it's expensive, so I will wait for the H1 or H4 candle formation at the level of 50 with the shape of your regular correction first, and after that make decision if I would like to enter the market or not. So for now, for this current moment, standby mode. S&P 500 is ready to play 1-to-1 and shallow A. DAX overbalance, standby mode. Dow Jones overbalance, standby mode. Gold market, I would wait because the market opened with the gap and there is small H1, there is no H4. Most probably we can see something tomorrow morning. If you don't have any transaction, wait for the daily. If you have transaction, your buy stop should be above the top. If you want to split your buy stop, in this case, this is something I spoke yesterday with Robert, for example. I'm in the good spot to splitting half buy stop. It's above this black candle because here all of the down movement started, and as you can see here, the market crossed the level of the 50% if we talk about the pyramid, or a little bit higher above the up shadow of the white one. That's why I gave you 2 level of the prices. So you can just go through this again, or we can discuss it tomorrow morning on the 1-to-1 call. Audi USD standby mode. If the market will give a chance and do the correction, then you will have a chance to play at least to the next 1-to-1. If not, then standby. Or if you want to try sell at the level of 1-to-1, okay, you can try, but again, I would not do it because for me it's too cheap to sell it. Okay, I prefer to wait for the correction. I even accept the false breaks because I'm waiting for the bigger up movement. Here, GBP JPY is ready to play, confirm with the hammer. Risk 34 pips, I guess around 60. You can play even now. Euro dollar, the same story, ready to play right now. And pretty much that's it. So let me know if you have any question or everything is clear for you right now. Of course, I will notify you if I will see something nice on the market. And what, tomorrow It's a normal Tuesday, little bit live trading session, a little bit of the platform, MT5 platform. If something doesn't work, if you're still missing some info about, I don't know, robots or other indicators, then it's good to jump on the call. Wednesday Q&A with Marek, so prepare all of the technical question about the overbalances, impulses, corrections, measurements, etc. Thursday will be market update with Marek as well, and I will come back to you on Friday morning, I hope fully healthy, and we will actually continue the homework of module number 1 of Fire Your Boss. I saw a few more emails after my Friday call with the homework, so that's good. Maybe it was a little bit of motivation for you, and yeah, keep going, finger crossed. I will notify you as well on the Facebook group about the review of the month. You will choose if you prefer this Friday or next Friday, and we will have in the close future the summarization of the month in Polish for every Polish speaking people. For now, for today, wish you good day. Here is 5 p.m. So I have to go to pick up Victoria from the kindergarten. And yeah, thank you for today. Bye-bye.